Hello my beautiful bookish friends and welcome back to my channel. So today Athena is gonna push the camera everywhere. Hello my beautiful bookish friends. Today I am doing a book haul with my crazy puppy who just wants to be involved in everything. Hello my beautiful bookish friends and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since we last talked about some books. You know, October happened, then November happened, and to be honest, the whole month just got away from me. And I have been doing a ton of reading though, so hey, I guess that's good, right? And Athena's gonna just keep hanging out here. Today I have a book haul. All of the books that I got are either from Barnes & Noble or Pango. I am super excited to let you all know that I am now an ambassador for Pango. So I get to know about little things that are coming up for them, different giveaways, different contests they're running, so I can tell you all about them as soon as they start. So be on the lookout, watch my Instagram for that stuff. It's always linked down below. I'm an ambassador doesn't mean I get anything when you buy my book. It just means that I'm a seller who's in good standing. People are happy with the books that I send them. I think you guys see how I take care of my books. So any books I sell are in really good condition, and if there's something wrong with them, I always make note of that. So if you are looking for books and you don't want to buy them at full price, check out my link. Right now, most of the books I have on my storefront are $1, because I'm trying to do like a big clean out of the books that I'm trying to get rid of. I'm also doing like the great bookshelf cleaning session today. So there will be probably a few more listings on there by the time this video goes up. Those new listings won't be $1, but they will be much cheaper than retail price. Let's talk about the books I got, where I got them from, if I've read them yet, and yeah, this is probably gonna be my last book haul of the year. My next one will be like post-Christmas time. So let's talk about it. So my first two books I want to talk about are Swift and Saddled and Lost and Lassoed. These are part of the Rebel Blue Ranch series. The first one was Done and Dusted, and I loved that book. I got these from Barnes & Noble. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I think the difference in this one is that Gus is actually smiling, where I think on the original he is not. But I've already read Swift and Saddle, and it was so good. I love these books because not only do they not have third act breakups, they are nice and short, concise little stories. This one was under 300 pages. I think Done and Dusted was as well. Or it was like just over. It was 321. So I guess this one was about average. But this one was a little bit shorter, but it was still just as good as Done and Dusted. These ones have a lot of heart. They're not super smutty. I will say there are some scenes in there, but there's nothing over the top, I would say. But I loved Ada. I loved the complexity of her character and how she kind of, even though she's a full adult, was still showing that you can grow and change, and that there's tricky relationships in life, like even when you're an adult and rebuilding yourself. And yeah, I just loved it. This one is about Gus and Teddy, who Gus is the oldest brother on the ranch, and Teddy is the best friend of Clementine, who was the main character in the first book. These two, this is like an enemies to lovers situation. They're mentioned in the first two books, and you kind of get their relationship before even going into this. So I do recommend kind of reading the other two first. But I am super excited for this. I really like Teddy's character. So I'm hoping that this book lives up to the expectations that I have with the other ones. So we will see. Oh, I think there's also, it looks like there's exclusive art in this one. Yeah, I won't show it because it's kind of a spoiler. But there's also a playlist in here. So maybe this is part of the, yeah, exclusive playlist. But Gus is also a single dad, and he co-parents with one of the other characters that shows up in the books. And I think she may be like the love interest in the fourth book. Then another big release that came out recently that I know everyone was kind of waiting for was Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is the third book in the Maple Hills series, and I think the last book, if I'm not mistaken. This is in the family of Icebreaker and Wildfire. Wildfire wasn't my favorite. I really didn't like the couple that much. But this one is about Henry, who everyone is kind of obsessed with. I think he's okay. You know, we'll see how I feel about it. I do know the character in this one is like a mid-sized character, mid-sized plus-sized character. She's a big Swiftie, which I don't always love that kind of pop culture connection in these books. So we'll see how I feel about it. If I don't love this book, these are all going on Pango as a bundle. The next book I have is Us in Ruins. I don't know a ton about this book. I just know that it's supposed to have like the Mummy vibes with a little bit of Tomb Raider, but like more wistful and magical. There's a mythical vase that has not been seen since 1932, and the main character in this book is trying to find it. So she embarks on an archaeological trip to Pompeii, and she starts digging, and she ends up finding a journal from a lost teenager of the time, and I think she kind of like brings him back to life, but he's like a statue. I'm not quite sure all the specifics. It sounds fun. It sounds a little ridiculous, but it sounds fun. The next one I don't have the first in the series, but this one was on sale for like a complete steal because it does have a little damage to it, but I think I can fix it pretty easily. That is Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I know absolutely nothing about this except that this is part of the Lakeside Billionaires series, and the first one is Love Redesigned. So this, I think this is all about the contractors who are like building the mansions around the lake that is talked about in the final offer. But the binding is just broke a little bit here, so some of the pages are a little bit loose, but I think I can really easily glue those back together. So I got this one. Oh, I should mention, I got Daydream, Us in Ruin, and Love Unwritten on Pango. So these are used books. Also from Pango, I got The Summer of Broken Rules. I know this was a big one over the previous summer. And K.L. Walther has quite a few books out. This one, I think this is kind of, there's like some grief in here. Yeah, Meredith Fox lost her sister 18 months ago. She shut everyone out, but she's determined to join the world again. She goes on family vacation, and it's like a summer romance thing. This one, I'm pretty sure, leans more towards the YA section of Barnes & Noble. So we'll see if I end up liking it. A lot of YA romances I don't end up liking, but someone said this is kind of close to new adult, which I do tend to like. So I'm going to give this one a go as well. Also on Pango, I was able to snag the Target exclusive edition of King of Sloth by Anna Huang. She just announced King of Envy is coming out, so that'll be the 5th book in this series. There is exclusive art in here. I'm not going to show it because I don't want it to be a spoiler. But I don't have King of Greed yet, so I'm not going to read this quite yet. But I just really wanted to get this edition because of the art, but also the spines, the colored spines. I have King of Wrath, which is this really pretty red here, and I also have King of Pride, which is purple. And I know King of Greed is like gold, so I wanted to stick with the colored spines versus the like special editions where they're all white. And I don't know much about that book either. This came with one of my Pango orders, and I just wanted to show it. It's a little bookmark that has like a reading list, and then you can put the title, the date you started the reading list, and like your rating, and then there's a cute little paper clip that looks like a book, and then there is some stickers on here. So I am going to hang on to this and use those. I also got the Night of the Witch. This is book 1 in a like witch and witch hunter series. I know nothing about it. It just sounded up my alley with like the witch hunter and witch, and then it's got this like malachite inside. And it's this really pretty green. I think there's 3 books in this series so far. Yeah, other than it being a witch hunter thing, I don't know a whole lot about it. But that's the fun part about this, is that I can go in blind and form my own opinions, so I have no expectation. That one was also a secondhand buy. Now, this one is from Barnes & Noble, and it is part of the Reynolds Protective Group, and it is the first one in the series by Dr. Rebecca Sharp. It is Ranger. Only thing I know about this is it's based on Spencer from Criminal Minds. That's what I know. So, oh wait, this is actually book 4. This is book 4? Oh no! Oh, I messed up. Why do I always do this? I saw this book first, and every time I see the series, like, laid out, like someone does a flatlight of it, this is the first book, but it looks like this is book 4? Well, I guess I'll just save this one and get the other ones. But the dedication in here says, to Dr. Spencer Reed, criminal minds did you dirty. Pretty boy, you deserve a happy ending, so this one's for you. The whole series is based off of, I think, the BAU. It never said that it was book 4. Whatever. So off of Fango, I also got The Worst Best Man. This is a book that I've had on my list for a while by Mia Sosa. And it's about a wedding planner getting left at the altar. Yeah, she has to work with the best man from her own failed wedding. Again, I don't remember all the details, but I know it's a rom-com. It's supposed to be cute and funny, so we'll see how I feel about that one. Also from Pango, I got Flawless by Elsie Silver. There are so many different editions of this. I just wanted the plain, like the newer versions, I guess. These are like the traditionally published ones with Bloom. I have not read this series. I think everyone has heard about this series. This is a cowboy one. Who is the main character? This one is Rhett. So he is the professional bull rider. And I have just loved Done and Dusted so much. I'm hoping I'll love this series just as much. I am obsessed with Twisters. I've watched it 3 times already. Not since it came out on streaming. I've only watched it once. But I paid to go see it twice in theaters, so I'm into the whole cowboy romances right now. So Flawless is my start into Elsie Silver, so we'll see if I like it and if I want to get the rest of her work. Barnes & Noble, I also got Raiders of the Lost Heart. This is the beginning of a series that is like archaeological digs and romance, very Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones, The Mummy kind of vibes. Apparently that's where my heart was for this whole kind of thing, because I have at least 2 books with that in there. And I also got the Ornithologist's Guide to Love, I believe is what it's called, or Love and something else. But I have a couple books that all kind of fit this theme. It's just a big one right now. But this one just looked super fun. Like, the cover looks really, really fun. So we'll see how I feel about that and if I want to continue that series. I'm also making a spreadsheet of all the books that I want to read, when they came out. Are they part of a series? How many books are in that series? Do I have any of those books already? So I can kind of better gauge what to buy when it comes time to buy books again. Like, just making smarter choices with the books I'm buying and not buying a ton of first or apparently fourth books in series and ending up not finishing them. Then I got another book that a lot of people talk about from Pango. This is A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. I haven't read any Megan Quinn ever, as far as I know. If I did, it was a very, very, very long time ago, but I don't think I have. I've heard a lot of people talk about this book, that it's like the perfect romance, that it's a little bit long, but it's just one of those billionaire romances that people really like. Again, expanding my horizons, although I have the Dreamland Billionaire series. I just wanted to get another hyped book and not have to pay full price. I heard really good things about A Sorceress Comes to Call. This is a fantasy, and it's not a super long fantasy. When Cordelia knows her mother is unusual, their house doesn't have any doors between rooms, there are no secrets in this house, and her mother doesn't allow Cordelia to have a single friend, unless you count Philadia, her mom's beautiful white horse. The only time Cordelia feels truly free is on her daily rides with him. More than simple eccentricity sets her mother apart. Other mothers don't force their daughters to be silent and motionless for hours, sometimes days on end. Other mothers aren't evil sorcerers. So this is it sounds like a very emotional, kind of sad book that, you know, maybe will make me cry. But I haven't gotten a book like this in a long time. So I wanted to, again, expand my horizons. But also, I have not read anything from T. Kingfisher. And I know a lot of people like their work. And they have some, like, very intense stories. A lot of their stories have some sort of emotional element to it. So, obviously, trigger warnings for, like, abuse in this. but also there's a fantasy element wrapped up in it. So I'm interested to see how that's all framed together. I also got the first book in the City of Phantom series. This is The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. In a deadly game of revenge, the most dangerous mistake of all is falling in love. So it's a fantasy romance. This is like chunky. This is a thick, heavy book, and there's like a cool city on the back. I haven't read kind of an epic fantasy like this since probably I reread the entire Bone Witch series, and that was quite a while ago. This is two rival gang members are pitted against each other in a deadly game of duty and revenge. So there's kind of a game element. There's an adventure happening here. There's a lot going on in this book. And this one feels just like a nice winter read when it's, you know, if I'm able to get home early from work and it's warm and I can just sit and relax. Like, this might be kind of a Christmas read, even though it's not very festive. Just on days that I can kind of chill, I can read this. P.S. I Hate You. This is 2 X's, 8 Destinations. It's like a road trip, enemies to lovers, second chance romance thing. That's all I really needed to know about it. So I got it. And then the last book I have, when I went to Salem, I went to Nocturne and actually got a signed copy of this book, and it came with like a bookmark and a little card about the book itself. But this is Here Lies a Vengeful Bitch. This is by Cody Crowley. She's on TikTok. I watch her a lot on there. And that's how I found her. But this is actually a signed edition with her cool little lipstick stamp. And then Nocturne actually put from the Library of Nocturne, Salem, Massachusetts in there for me. This is just like a feminine rage book. And I feel like right now, that's the perfect thing that we all need. A girl is murdered, but then she comes back for revenge. But there is a lot of verbal abuse in here. There's lots of trigger warnings for like violence, implied threats of SA, SH, revenge porn, and like leaked photos. Lots of things happening without consent, gore, blood, bullying, death. Like, this book is not for everybody, but we're going to see if I like it. So that is all the new books I have right now. Yeah, I'm going to get these on the shelves because I'm cleaning my shelves today. And yeah, get reading my winter TBR. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.